Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signar. We've been live covering this shooting and police presence over at Drake's house. We've been at an amazing 3-hour stream. We got into the entire beef between Kendrick, Drake. We had callers call in. We had some really good debates on the line. This is a show you want to see its entirety, so check it out. But I wanted to wrap up our show by summarizing what we know so far based on this new news. Because yes, the reports are coming in that Drake's security guard has been shot near the rapper's home. We have a report here I want to play that summarizes things pretty well. Let's check it out from local city news out in Canada and Toronto.
With serious injuries, the violence happening outside of the home owned by rapper Drake. And that's where we find our Karen Seolin on Park Lane Circle. Karen, what is the latest here?
Yeah, FISA police confirmed that they are investigating a shooting that happened just outside Drake's mansion in Toronto's Bridle Path neighborhood. What we know so far is that shots rang out around 2 o'clock this morning and that a man police have said was not Drake was struck. He was seriously injured and taken to hospital, but fortunately he is expected to survive. Now, details are very limited at this point. This is about as close as we can get to the scene. As you can see, police have taped off the entire property as well as some properties neighboring Drake's mansion. There are several orange evidence markers on the ground outside the main entrance gate where it actually appears this shooting might have taken place. Now, I did speak with a woman who lives next door and she didn't want to appear on camera. However, she told me that she didn't hear anything unusual happening last night. She says this is actually a relatively quiet street, even given her neighbor, and she was quite surprised, FISA, to be waking up to such a heavy police presence.
Karen, I know that we are expecting an update from investigators at some point today, and we'll bring you that right here on City News 24/7. I'm wondering if you're hearing about any details regarding suspects at this point.
Yeah, so right now, police will only say that the suspects fled in a vehicle. As you mentioned, we are expecting an update from investigators really at any time here at the scene, and we will bring that to you live. The timing is suspicious to some. Some are speculating that this might be connected to Drake's ongoing feud right now with Kendrick Lamar. However, FISA, I do want to stress that there is no way of knowing at this point if that is connected. Again, police will only say that the suspect or suspects fled in a vehicle. Again, neighbors tell me who didn't want to appear on camera. They didn't hear anything unusual. They didn't see anything unusual. And again, they were quite surprised to be waking up to the scene. So what we know so far is that a man who was not Drake was struck. He was seriously injured. Fortunately, he is expected to survive, and we are expecting that update from police momentarily.
Well, we have that update for you. That was the next update we had where the police did step up, and here it was pretty much reiterating what we just heard. And the audio on this clip is not great.
I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as be canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions.
Is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rap beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation?
So I am aware of what you're talking about.
This is the question where they asked about the beef. Could this be related to Kendrick and Drake?
But it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time. And so I cannot comment further on that.
Didn't deny it.
May not be confirmed. If that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
Still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition.
And it's a security guard, he did confirm.
No, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys been doing your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
So he confirms that they captured the incident on video.
No idea at this time.
And he does say as well, he's about to say they're still gathering other video
I'm not going to
evidence.
get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene.
With law enforcement elsewhere?
Does seem like it was a drive-by.
That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone, or were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident,
They're not really able to give you anything at this point. He does acknowledge that they do have footage of the incident. He verifies it. They're looking for more ways to get the quality better.
You said you have video capturing.
Is what he eventually says.
Yes.
The actual shooting?
Yes.
The actual incident, he says yes.
The description of the vehicle?
So why aren't you
Not
making
at this
any?
time.
Because you don't want
Any
to release
people?
it, or
No,
don't?
because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
That was the biggest takeaway there. They have it on record, but clearly I'm assuming they don't have a good angle of whether they're in masks, whether with the car, how it's identified. There's a lot we're still waiting on. So that is the update. Now, we did a whole breakdown on the beef. Brandon was here helping me. Jamood was just one of the last ones who came in, and we had a lot of other amazing people calling in. It is a great conversation, gets into a great debate. Become a Patreon member, and you can always watch our replays if this got trimmed to be a shorter video. But all our live streams are always available there after later in the evening for the full replay. But I want to go back to you guys both quickly just to add any other final thoughts to this. Brandon, as we've now gone through these songs, it would not surprise me if this was connected. I mean, from all that we've gone through and based on the chat and the poll that we did, 82% are Team Kendrick on who won this beef. And as you go through these lyrics, Not Like Us specifically and Family Matters, these two, or Meet the Grahams rather, these songs were wild. The three, he dropped some fire diss tracks that seemed to like leave a body, right, Brandon? At the end of the day, of course, there's going to be some emotion involved in this, and what it's turned into.
Yeah, it's personal, and every song opens a can of worms. And I know the biggest thing is with the accusations of the PDF things, but Drake is just getting dismantled from all corners, and this is I don't see how this is ending up good for Drake. Like today, his security guard, got attacked, and he was rapping about he's going to come with a bunch of security guards next time they see him. And one of the disses, he mentioned his security guards, and now he's putting his own people in danger, if not setting this up. So what's going to happen? But he's not looking good on this, and he should stick to making pop music and not being rap battle.
Yeah, well, it definitely hits ahead now where it's like, yikes, what am I doing? How serious is this getting? It is. Jamo, you were talking about you're definitely more of a Kendrick fan, but you admit you were fans of both. So how has your reaction been to this beef and what's happening? And make sure you unmute. I think you're still muted. Just hit the unmute button.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I think that, of course Kendrick won, like I said, 8-4. But Drake, this is my first time ever saying this in regards to a rap battle, where people say the culture won, the cliche. I truly feel like that in this situation because actually Drake, I look at Drake higher in my eyes as opposed to lower because why he got in there, yeah, he threw some jabs, he threw some uppercuts, he got knocked out in the end, but at least he fought and he gave us a great show. This is all just supposed to be entertainment. I feel like when it goes past the point of being entertainment, where people's personal lives start getting jeopardized and their safety, then all bets is off and we need to call it off. Like I just that's just how I, feel about the situation. I know I'm a Gen X guy and I remember my little brothers playing. I realized where this whole thing started from, where we want to kill people after the event, after the entertainment. It's like a boxing match or a UFC match. If John Jones submits somebody or Floyd Mayweather or whoever knocks somebody out, it's like, okay, that's it. The guy gets up and the entertainment is over. It's not like, hey, I want to follow you through the tunnel and blow your house up and kill you. So I just think, hey, I know that's a new generation thing. I just like to leave it with the entertainment. Um, you know, like I said, I respect Drake more now than I did before he got into the ring. The one I don't respect is the coward who didn't get into the dunk contest. It's kind of like LeBron James never getting into the dunk contest. That's how I look at J. Cole. But Drake, he can never lose in my eyes. And yeah, Kendrick, he proved to me why, I'm still like one of his number one fans. So kind of everybody won in this situation to me.
Well, as Carbonized Stardust, one of our fans said, this is so un-Canadian of Drake to turn this into what this is.
You know what? I would before that to continue that thought. There was a clip of Lil Wayne who signed Drake to Cash Money, Young Money Billionaire, or whatever. He signed him, and there was a clip where he was saying, "Drake, when you come here, don't try to be like me. Don't try to act like me. Rap about your TV show. Rap about the girls. Keep it Canadian, because he's not like Lil Wayne." Like he said, keep it Canadian.
He's clearly Canadian. I mean, what's this all about? I got two in a row there. Just like.
So yeah, I mean, that just goes back to it. It's like, dude, just stay out of this. You have no business in this arena. But he did step up a little bit, and he got his chin checked. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, it got personal, it got emotional, it got raw, it got real in these tracks back and forth, which we detail in the longer thing as Brandon and I attempted to get our best. But thankfully, a lot of callers in the chat helped us, and we got a good summary. So if you want to know how this started, where it came from, what these tracks are about, you can head over to our Patreon, watch the full stream. We'll have it up later this evening. But head over there. This is also the best way to support the channel. Patreon takes less than YouTube does, but you can always support your creators through just liking, subscribing, etc. But you can see here Patreon, Popcorn Planet it's patreon.com/Popcorn Planet. All those links are in our link tree. There's so much more to break down. Is this a distraction? That's another thing we were talking about, theories. A distraction from Diddygate? Is it a distraction for Drake, given all the other accusations that Kendrick's bringing out? Could it be a distraction from Kendrick and the allegations against him and his ex Whitney? There's a lot of stuff now suddenly out there. There's a lot of theories. Is this a stunt? I don't think so. It looks like the security guard is in bad condition in the hospital, so we wish him speedy recovery. And as Jamoid said really well, this shouldn't turn into blood. That's not what this should be. This should be entertainment, and this should be art. And sure, it can be a little bit of diss and a little bit of that back and forth, but turning into this is not the way to prove you're macho, whatever. This is never the way. We've lost way too many people this way, especially icons in this industry. And I hope it doesn't continue down that path, because that would just be incredibly sad, disappointing. Keep it in the music. Keep it in the music, which they seem to be doing. What do you guys think? Those of you who watched it, I want to hear who you're voting for in the comments down below. We had an amazing show. If you missed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, or become a member so you can check it. That way you can always catch our replays. You can become a member over on our Patreon. That's the best place to catch us, and all the you get more of the revenue goes directly to us, unlike YouTube, who takes a huge percent. So thanks to everybody who supported. Thanks to all of our call-in guests. We had an amazing call-in show. I'm telling you guys, go back and watch this one on the replay over on Patreon. Members, you're going to enjoy it. Thank you to Brandon who came in, Wancho, and everybody else who called in. What an amazing show. Appreciate all you guys for watching. We'll be live again Thursday. We got a lot more videos coming, so keep watching, keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep sharing, and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.